Okay, today we're going to be working on crow pose. We're going to be building up to it step by step. So when you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start on our backs today. So go ahead and lay down on your mat. And I want you to start by pulling your knees into your chest and sort yourself so that you're able to feel your entire spine on the mat. The back of the head, the shoulder blades, the lower lumbar spine, and into the tailbone, backside of the pelvis. And just take a moment to breathe, feeling the knees pulling into the chest. Good. From here, I want you to release your feet to the ground right underneath the knees. Bring your arms down by your sides and then walk the shoulder blades together underneath you. Create a little bit of shelf through the heart space. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to press your low back into the mat. Good. Start to lift your hips up for a gentle bridge pose, pressing through the back of the head. Engaging the legs, engaging the glutes, and then slowly release the hips to the mat. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the hips. Use the arms to support the upper body. And exhale, lower the hips down. Beautiful. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Pull the knees back in towards the chest and pause here. So you want to feel the backside of your pelvis on the mat. I want you to bring the inner soles of your feet together. So big toe mounds and the inner heels. And then I want you to let the knees part. Bring your arms up above the shoulders and flex your hands so that your palms want to press up against the ceiling. From here, press your head into the mat. Start to reach up with the palms of your hands. Start to pull the knees towards your triceps. Feel your butt lift off the ground. Your lower belly should engage here. Start to lift your head and feel just your mid-spine on the mat, creating a crow-shaped pose on our backs. Release out, pull your knees into your chest, pause. Let's do that again. Soles of the feet, press together, inner edges. Bring the triceps towards the knees, flex your hands up towards the sky. Good, so act as if you were gonna press up towards the ceiling. Start to lift your chest, bringing the triceps to the knees. Now press your knees into your triceps and your triceps into your knees. Start to crunch up, press up. And now start to point your toes. Start to pull your heels down towards your glutes. Good. Keep your gaze up so as not to close off the throat. Feel that core engagement and release knees to chest. Beautiful. Rock side to side. So just creating that mind-body awareness, feeling this crow shape on our backs. 1 more time. Flex arms up towards the sky. Get strong as if you're pressing your hands on the ceiling. Triceps draw towards the knees. Press knees into triceps, your triceps into your knees. And release knees to chest. Good. Release your heels to the ground. And from here, I want you to bring your hands to your rib cage. Elbows will point out to the side. As you inhale, start to crunch up, knitting the rib cage together. Feeling the inner thighs pull together. Look between the legs, keeping the throat slightly open, and then just pulse. Little tiny pulses here right into the rib cage. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Take a breath in. Reach your arms up overhead, taking a stretch. And exhale, bring the hands to the rib cage. Crunch up. Hold that and pulse. Little tiny movement. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release that. Pull your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seat. Take a breath. Good. Go ahead and cross the ankles and come to a tabletop position. So we created crow pose on our back. Continuing with that prep work, come into that tabletop. Take a moment to just shift the shoulders side to side, creating some movement through the wrists. Take a few clockwise circles, continuing to press through each fingertip. And then switch directions, keeping the belly engaged, knees stacked right underneath the hips. Good, come back to your center. Start to find a cat round spine. So I want you to push the ground away. Start to arch the back. Good, drop the gaze, shake your head no, release the neck. Keeping the belly pulling in and up, belly button towards the spine. And then start to drop into that cow, stretching the belly as you pull the heart through, lift the gaze gently. Good, do that 1 more time. Find a cat round spine, pushing the ground away, gaze between the thighs. Good. Good, come through to cow, stretching the belly, the heels of the hands pull to the knees. And then find a neutral spine, so pull the low ribs in. From here, tuck your toes under if they aren't already. And I want you to start to press through the heels of the hands, start to lift your knees so that they're hovering right above the ground. Good, start to find that cat round spine again, so gaze between the thighs. Good, from here, start to draw your right knee to your right tricep. Good, release that, come back to that neutral position. Left knee to left tricep, try to get it up towards the armpit. Back to that neutral. Use your core, right side. Good, 2 more. Left knee, right knee, and release. Slowly release the knees, stretch the belly, come through to cow. Good, one more time. Pull the low ribs in, find a neutral spine. Start to find a cat round spine as you hover those shins right above the ground. Keep the low belly pulling in, ribs pulling in, right knee to right tricep. I call these crow mountain climbers. So you're just making this little tiny movement, not much movement, but just the knees. Move side to side to the tricep. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that. Find that cow shape pose. Stretch the belly. And come back to your neutral spine. Good. From here, flip the heels of the hands so that the fingertips face towards the knees. And shift your hips back. Dropping the gaze down. Stretch out those forearms. Stretch out those wrists. Feel that heat in the belly. Take a breath. And let it go. Good. From here, find your downward facing dog. So plant the palms. Send your hips up to the sky. Getting some fresh blood flow to the legs. Pedal out those heels. Take a moment to just close the eyes. Take a scan of the body. Make those little adjustments that you need. And just breathe here, letting the head drop below the heart. Preparing the body for our practice. Good. From here, I want you to start to bend your knees, but I want you to walk your hands to your feet. So come to the back of your space, keeping the knees bent. Start to hook arms, come into ragdoll. Just sway gently side to side to release the low back for a moment. Beautiful. Come back to your center. Release your hands. Start to press your thighs towards the back of your space as you come into a forward fold. The knees can stay bent if the hamstrings are still tight. And then from here, I want you to find a halfway lift. As you do that, start to lift your heels, bend your knees, bring your hips down to meet your heels. Good, feel that stretch through the balls of the feet, using your fingertips as kind of a kickstand, and then drop the heels as you press the thighs back, come back into that forward fold. Good, 2 more, lift the heels, bend the knees, come into that squat with the hips to the heels, lift the gaze, start to lift the chest, pressing through each toe, and then drop the heels, come into that forward fold. Good, one more time. Lift the heels, come into that little ball, and come into that forward fold. Good. From here, walk yourself out to a plank and hold. Good, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, make those little adjustments. Feel the low belly pulling in, the ribs pulling in, head is in line with the shoulders, activate the legs, get strong through the whole body. Good, from here, draw your right knee to your right tricep, and then take it back. Isolating the movement, left side. Good, right knee to right tricep. Same thing we did in that tabletop shape, just adding on. Good, here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your plank, and then nice and slow. Bring it all the way down to your belly. Bring the tops of your feet flat, pause here. Squeeze your glutes to protect the low back. Walk the hands back a couple of inches. Pull your belly button off the mat, and then lift your chest. And exhale, release. Good, coming into that cobra shape. Inhale, lift up. Use the hands to support. Elbows pull back. Exhale, release. Keeping the tops of the feet pressing down. One more time. Peel the chest up. And exhale, release. Reset, tuck your toes. Fire those legs, come through plank. And shift up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. And let it go. Good. Walk your hands to your feet, back of your mat. Good. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Find that halfway lift again.
And let that bring you up to a standing position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your palms to touch. Look up at your hands. And exhale, bring the hands through heart. Close the eyes. Take a breath. Good. Release your hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands through heart. Good. One more time. Inhale. Good. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good. As you inhale, lift those heels. Once again, coming to the balls of the feet. Bring your hips to your heels. Pause here. Open the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. So inner heels, inner toe mounts, just like we did on our back. Let the knees open. So coming into that kind of prep for lotus. Let your hips lift off the heels and then just bring your hands down in front of you. So from here, I want you to draw your knees to your triceps. So lifting the hips, bringing the knees right to the armpits. I like to make this sound, if that helps. So get everything in. We don't want the elbows to splay out. Sometimes that can put us at risk for injury right here through the collarbone. So we want to be sure to stay nice and strong, keeping the shoulders nice and loaded. So see how my hips come in line, shoulders, and then I just want you to shift forward. We're not going to take our feet off the mat yet. Just look forward as you press knees into triceps. Find that cat round spine. Grip the mat with your fingertips, and then come back to that lotus. Let the knees open, let the heart lift. Good, so this is all about shifting. So knees pull the triceps. Stay on the balls of the feet as the gaze stays slightly forward. Shift forward with the gaze, and then come back to that squat position. Good, one more time. Knees to triceps, belly pulls in, shift forward. Come to the balls of the feet. Maybe one heel lifts, maybe both heels lift. And then release, come back to that squat. Nice, come into a forward fold here. Let that go, let the head get nice and heavy, and then walk yourself back out to your plank. Pause. Good, adjust the feet, adjust the hands. Hold your plank, get strong, resisting the earth. Coming back to those mountain climbers, right knee to right tricep, shift into the hands. Step back, staying on the balls of the feet, isolating the movement. Let's go. Good, left and right. Try to touch the knee to the tricep, using that psoas, using those hip flexors. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Step back to that plank, hold, and drop all the way down, nice and slow to the belly. Pause. Tops of the feet come flat. Take a breath in. Relax the forehead down towards the ground. On your next inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Lift the chest. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Pressing yourself back to downward facing dog. Hold. Good. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, step through to a lunge and hold. Good. Placing the foot between the hands. Bring the back knee down. Take the hands to the knee, interlacing the hands on that knee. And then use that to lift the chest as you let the hips soften. Good, shift back into a half split, just flexing those right toes, and then use that momentum to shift back forward, coming into a lunge. Pause. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Good, from here, take an open twist. Keep that left arm forward, reach back with the right fingertips, and then lunge a little deeper into that right knee, making sure the knee stays on over the ankle. Good, let that left arm spin your back heel flat into warrior 2. Gaze is soft. Pause. Look at your feet. Set up the feet. Pressing down through the feet, finding that energy. Meet the hands. Flip your right palm. Lift up your right heel. Reach up, reach back. Keeping that back hand light. Come back to warrior 2. Lower that front heel. Do that one more time. Lift the heel. Reach up. And back to warrior 2. Good, lift the heel, reach up, reach back. And then lower that front heel, spin all the way down to plank. This time coming through chaturanga, bringing the shoulders in line with the elbows. Lifting up, squeeze the glutes, upward facing dog. Inhale, from the chest, from the belly, pull back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Beautiful work, take a breath. Notice the difference between each side. And then inhale, reach your left leg up. Good, exhale, step through to that lunge, pause. Landing light, bring the back knee down, make those adjustments. And then hands come on top of that left knee. Find a stretch to the front of the right hip. Keeping this right glute strong to protect the low back. Belly pulls in as the chest lifts. Good, coming halfway back. Flex those left toes. Press your heel into the mat for a deeper stretch. And then shift into that lunge. Standing strong on that left foot, rise up. Good, find that twist. Reach back with the left fingertips as the right reaches forward. Press up through that back thigh, and then let that right hand bring you open for warrior two. Gaze is soft, belly in, press the hands down. Good, lift that front heel, reach up. Back to warrior two, follow the gaze. Good, again, lift the front heel, reach up. Back to warrior two. One more time. Let that bring you down all the way through chaturanga to downward facing dog, coming halfway down. Inhale, lift up, let the heart be light. Exhale, pull back. Good, walk your hands to your feet. Forward fold, take a breath. Inhale, lift the heels, coming back to that squat. Hopping the feet together and opening the knees. Second try. Bring the hands underneath you. Right, so notice how I'm spreading my fingertips wide, creating a nice wide surface space, and then knees come into the triceps, into the armpits, and then shift forward into those hands. And notice how I don't look down. When you look down, the energy is going to go down, so we want to keep the gaze forward. We want to shift into the hands, trusting that strength, and then all I do here is point my toes to pull my heels to my glutes. We don't want to look up too far. Pull the belly in, press knees into triceps, hold, and then come back to that squat. Good. One more time. Fingertips spread wide. Set up your foundation. Knees to triceps, arms spin in, shift forward, pull the low belly in, find that crunch through the ribs, heels to glutes, hold. Find that balance. And then release. Good. These things take practice. They take time. So keep going with it. Remember, we want to make sure that the arms spin in, knees to triceps. Inevitably, those knees are going to slide down, so we want to get them as high up as we can. And then the energy shifts forward and back, up and down. Good. As you release, come into that forward fold. And once we're fatigued, we always want to take a break. Good. Walk yourself out to your plank. Coming back to our flow. Come halfway down. Lifting up for upward facing dog. And exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Good, right leg reaches high. Step through to that lunge. Good, bring the back knee down. This time reach those arms up. And then let those arms pull you back. Pause, flex those right toes. Good, coming into that lunge. Back knee lifts up, reach up. And take that twist, lunging into that knee as you twist. Good, open up, warrior two, pause. Good, from here, lift that front heel, reach up. And then drop the front heel, coming back into warrior two. Take that right elbow to the knee, take that left arm up and over your left ear. So one long line of energy from the fingertip of that left hand to the outer edge of that back foot, pause. Good, start to take that left arm around you for a half bind, and then just take your gaze down to your big toe, feeling some length through the neck. The whole body moves together, release that top arm, that brings you back into reverse warrior, lift that front heel, and then let that bring you down. Coming through chaturanga, lift up, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, exhale, take a break. Let it go. Good, last side, left leg reaches high. Step through lunge, pause. Good, back knee comes down. Inhale, reach those arms up as the hips soften. Let those arms take you into that half split. Flex those left toes. Beautiful, shift forward, coming into that lunge. And lunge deeper as you twist. Good, open up, warrior two. Gaze is soft. Lift that front heel as you find reverse. Coming back to warrior two, hold. Good, into that extended side angle, palm is up, elbow presses into knee, and then reach that right arm up and over the ear. Keeping length through the crown of the head, rather than dropping the ear. Start to look down towards your left toe to find some length. Keep pressing to the outer edge of your back foot, pause. Good, start to sweep that right arm around for a half bind. Taking it, gaze back down to the left toe. Feeling some length through the neck. Keep pressing that left elbow into the knee to create that stability. And then release that top arm. The whole body moves together. Lift the front heels. You reach up and back. And then wind down through chaturanga. Good. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, pull back. Stretch. Breathe. Close the eyes. Notice that energy. Notice that space. Good. From here, walk your feet to your hands. Coming into a forward fold. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. And exhale. Stretch over the legs. Good. Let that bring you up to a standing position. Reaching those arms up. Press the palms together as you exhale. Bring hands to heart. Just pause here. Take a breath. Let that energy settle all the way into the heels. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Letting it absorb. Good. Release your hands. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold over the legs. Good. Inhale. Lift the heels. Come into that squat. Last try. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Bring those knees to the triceps. Shifting forward. Pulling the belly in. Setting up your foundation. Find that crow pose. Good. You can come back to the balls of the feet and step back downward facing dog, or keeping the arms just as they are, shoot those feet back for chaturanga dandasana. Lift up and pull back. That takes practice. Stay with it if that's what you're working toward. It's all about the shift in energy. All about the core strength. Stretching those arms, stretching those legs. Take a breath in. And exhale, release. Then coming down to the knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Pause here. Reaching the right arm up to the sky. Inhale, look up at your hand. Make a fist and roll out your wrist in one direction. And then the other. Reach up and start to come all the way through for a thread the needle. With the palm up, take your left hand to the top of your space. Just pause. Keeping the hips stable. The toes can be tucked under, the tops of the feet flat. Just breathe. Good. Bring that left hand back underneath you. Just pause. And then pushing through that left hand to come out. Coming back through tabletop. Setting your foundation. And then switching sides. Reach that left arm up, make a fist. Roll out the wrist in one direction. And then the other. Good. Sliding that left arm through. Palm is up, rolling all the way to the shoulder. Keeping the wrist in line with the shoulder. Take that right hand to the top of your space. Close the eyes and breathe. Right into the right rib cage. Good. Bring that hand right underneath you to unwind. Push to the right hand. Reach up with the left. And come back to your center. Good. Cross the ankles. Go ahead and take a seat onto your butt. Extending those arms out in front of you. Extending your legs out in front of you. Point and flex the feet a few times. Take some ankle circles. Just let all that energy settle. Good. Walking the hands to either side of the legs. Let your head drop. Find a cat round spine. So pull the low ribs in. Let your head drop down. Just breathe. And then inhale, sit up. Pull your right foot in. Taking your right arm to the inside of that right knee. And then wrapping that arm around. Pressing knee into shoulder. And if you'd like to take a full bind here, you can reach back with that left hand. Or simply just keep the left hand to your side. Flex your left foot, stand on that right foot. Good. From here, start to pick up that right foot, grab the inner edge of the right foot and extend the right heel. The knee can stay bent or press that back. Shift forward ever so slightly. Keep your left leg strong. Find a nice twist here. Open the right arm back. Good. Reversing that, grab the outer edge of that right foot and extend your left arm back. Pulling the belly in, sitting up tall. Good, coming back to center, cross that right foot over the left. Giving yourself a hug with that left arm, sit up and find a nice twist to your right. Good, coming back through center, extending both heels and switching sides. Pull that left foot in, heel comes all the way in, flex your right foot, take that left arm to the inside and wrap. Good. Again, you can just keep this right hand free, use it as a kickstand, or if you'd like to take a full bind, that's an option. Pressing knee into shoulder, shoulder into knee, keep your right leg stable. And then unwinding that, grab onto the inner edge of that left foot, pressing through the heels, start to reach back with that left arm. Good, reversing that, grab the outer edge of the left foot, extend back with the right arm. Good, coming back to center. Bend that knee, crossing it over the right, sit up tall, and then give yourself a hug with that right arm as you twist over the left. Coming back through center, extend both heels, and then reach forward with the palms up as you slowly bring it onto your back. Pulling the knees in to the chest, coming back to where we began. Pause here. And then go ahead and cactus or goal post the arms. And just gently drop the knees to the right as you look left. One final twist. Use your core to come back through center to the right. Coming back through center. Grabbing the outer edges of the feet, come into a happy baby here. So just press the heels up as you pull down through the toes. Let the back side of the pelvis just melt. You can rock side to side if that feels good. We want to keep the toes turned out and the heels pulling in. And then we'll reverse that. Take your feet wide, let your knees fall to the midline. And as always, if you don't feel anything here, take your feet wider, so that the knees can really melt down towards the center, kind of reversing all those effects on the hips. Coming through center, pulling the knees back into the chest one last time. Wrap your arms around your shins, bring your forehead into your knees. Feel that tiny, tiny ball squeezing everything in. And then extend the arms and extend the legs. And let your palms spin to the sky and set up your Savasana the way you would any other posture for just a moment here. Stillness. Allowing everything to settle. Allowing the breath to slow down. Allow your body to just be heavy for a moment, letting the space between the brow soften the jawline, behind the ears. This is where we work so hard to get to. So enjoy this stillness. Let the shoulders relax and the lower back, the hips, behind the knees, down into the ankles and the toes, the arches of the feet. Just let everything soften.
roll over onto one side and pressing yourself up nice and slowly, taking your time here. Finding yourself in a comfortable seat as you sit up tall. Close the eyes once again. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Just bow the chin to the chest. As always, honoring ourselves first and foremost for making the time, for carving out the space, and for practicing. Bring your thumbs to your forehead and lift the gaze, honoring the space we're in and just finding gratitude. Take a breath in. And with that breath, we bow to this practice and to all things. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I hope you enjoyed this arm balancing practice.